There's something about faces, thousands of them across markets and back roads, train stations and church steps. But the ones that stay aren't the images posed. They're the moments between breaths, between prayers, between work and rest. I'm Christy Prosser, and this is Miles from the Known. Stories from the road of adventure, travel, and seeing the world. And today, I want to tell you about two people I never really knew, yet somehow they changed how I see the world. A man in Costa Rica whose knees carried his faith, and another in Tanzania whose hands built the final homes for strangers. These are portraits of strangers who became stories. Some years back, I was in Costa Rica. It was just after sunrise when I saw it. A man was crawling on his knees towards the door of a small Catholic church on the coast. If I recall, we were near Tortuguero. At first I thought he had fallen, but no, his movements were deliberate. And as I looked closer, and as I watched, I saw his knees were wrapped in cloth, and his palms pressed flat against the ground. Each motion measured like a prayer. The stone scraped the fabric, and the sound simply echoed in the air. It was rhythmic almost, maybe even holy. He wasn't seeking attention. He was seeking forgiveness. When he reached the wooden steps, he pressed his forehead to the ground and made a cross slowly across his body, whispering something I couldn't hear. And as I watched intently, respectfully. I wondered how he chose this day, this time, to be present. Why am I witness to this, I wondered. The photojournalist in me wanted to capture the image, but life isn't about capturing all things in a photograph. Sometimes it's simply meant for us to witness, to be present and ourselves in those moments. And in those moments, we too are meant to be free. Later I realized, after having watched the man, that walking would not make him worthy to God. His knees must remember the cost of forgiveness. I never took his photograph because some images are meant to stay unframed and carried only in memory and in the stories told in time. And that morning taught me something I'll never forget, that humility looks different everywhere, but it always sounds the same, quiet, deliberate, unshakable. The next I'll share with you came from Tanzania. It was in the hills outside Arusha. I met a man who built coffins. His workshop was open to the wind, just a tin roof, stacks of wood, and as sunlight filtered through the dust. I watched as the rhythm of his hammer connected with the wood, as the rhythm of his hammer carried across the valley. He looked up and he smiled, and as I looked down, I noticed his hands were scarred, yet steady and confident. I asked him why he chose this work, this place, and this spot on this road. And through my translator, he responded. And he said softly, "My work with my hands is the last great gift I can give to a grieving family." There was no sadness in his voice, only reverence. And as I watched him build, he smoothed the corners of the wood, ensuring that the box was strong enough to carry love through loss. And in that small workshop, surrounded by silence and the setting sun, I realized that service isn't always seen. Sometimes it's built one nail, one prayer, and one heartbeat at a time. You see, the coffin maker, he wasn't just building coffins. He was building closure. The man on his knees, the craftsman on the hill, two people who will never meet, yet their faith and devotion speak the same language. One offered pain as prayer, and the other offered skill as comfort. And both reminded me that the world is held together by ordinary people doing sacred things. Photography for me has never been about the perfect image. It's about being there, in the slow breath of a moment that would vanish if not witnessed. Sometimes travel isn't about discovery, it's about remembrance. We learn that we belong not because the world welcomes us, but because we finally see ourselves reflected in the world. And some stories will live in photographs, others live only in silence, but both are worth keeping. Thank you for listening to Miles from the Dome. Until next time, keep chasing light and finding grace in unexpected places.